A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, no? Well, here in our village of Anatevka, you might say that everybody is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a simple piece of life without breaking his neck in the process. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up there if it's so dangerous? Well, we stay because Anatevka's our home. And how do we keep the balance? That I can tell you in one word. Tradition. Tradition, 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 tradition. Because of our traditions, we have kept the balance for many years. Here we have traditions for everything. How to eat, how to sleep, how to work, even how to wear clothes. For instance, we always keep our heads covered and we wear a little prayer shawl. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did this get started? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know. But it's a tradition. And so, people know who he is and what God expects him to do. Night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayers, and who has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home? The papas, the papas, tradition, the papas, the papas, tradition.
Who must know the way to make a proper home, a quiet home, a kosher home? Who must raise a family and run a home, so Papa's free to read the holy book? The mamas, tradition. The mamas, tradition.
At 3 I started Hebrew school, at 10 I learned a trade. I hear they picked a bride for me, I hope she's pretty.
The sons, tradition. The sons, tradition.
And who does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing me to marry whoever Papa picks?
The daughters, tradition. The daughters, tradition. Day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, share his daily bread, and kiss has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home. The papas, tradition. The papas, tradition. Yes, and in our little circle of Anatevka, we have our many special people. For instance, into the matchmaker.
Yoo-hoo, Avram! I found the perfect match for your son, a wonderful girl.
Oh,
Rachel, the shoemaker's daughter.
Russia, but she can't see. She's almost blind.
Tell the truth, Avram. Is your son so much to look at? The way she sees, the way he looks, it's a perfect match.
And Nahum the beggar.
Alms for the poor, alms for the poor.
Here, Reb Nahum, it's 1 kopeck.
1 kopeck? Last week you gave me 2 kopecks.
I had a bad week.
So, if you had a bad week, why should I have to suffer?
And most important, our beloved rabbi. Hey! And of course, there are others in Anatevka. They keep a much larger circle outside the faith. His Honor the Constable, His Honor the Priest, His Honor, many others. We don't bother them, and so far they don't bother us. And we generally keep to ourselves. Except for the time where he sold him a horse, and it turned out to be a mule. But that's all settled now. Now we live in simple peace and harmony.
Horse! Mule! Horse! Mule! Horse! Mule! Horse! Mule!
Tradition! 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 Tradition. Tradition. Without our traditions, life would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof.
Mama, where should we put these?
Put them on my head. By the stove, foolish girl. Where's Hava?
She's in the barn milking.
When will Papa be home?
It's almost Sabbath, and your papa worries a lot when he'll be home. All day long, riding on top of his wagon like a prince.
Mama, you know Papa works hard.
Well, his horse works harder, and you don't have to defend your papa to me. I've known him longer than you. He could drive a person crazy. He should only live and be well. Shrinsa, bring me a few more potatoes. Hava, did you finish milking?
Yes, Mama.
You were reading again? Why does a girl have to read? Will it get her a better husband? Here.
Mama, Jens is coming. She's down the road.
Maybe she finally found a match for you, Zeidel.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Why does she have to come now? It's almost Sabbath.
Go finish in the barn. I want to talk to Yenta alone.
Mama, can I go out and play?
You have feet. Go.
Can I go too?
Go too.
But Mama, the men she find, the last one was so old, and he was bald. He had no hair.
A poor girl without a dowry can't be so particular. You want hair? Marry a monkey.
But after all, I'm not yet 20 years old, and
Shah! Do you have to boast about your age? Do you want to tempt the evil eye? Go, go, go.
Oh, Golda, Golda, darling, I had to see you. I have such news for you. And not just every day in the week news, once in a lifetime news. Oh, thank you. Where are your daughters outside, no? Such diamonds, such jewels, Golda. Oh, you'll see I find every one of them a husband. Shouldn't be so picky. Even the worst husband, God forbid, is better than no husband, God forbid. And who should know better than I? Ever since my husband died, I've been a poor widow, all alone, no one to talk to, nothing to say to anyone. It's no life, Golda. And all I do at night is think of him, and even thinking of him gives me no pleasure at all, because you know as well as I, he was not much of a person. Never made a living, everything he touched turned to mud, but better than nothing.
Good evening. Is Zeidel in the house?
She's busy. You can come back later.
I'd really like to talk to her.
Later.
Model, I thought I heard you.
Go finish what you were doing. I said later.
All
what does that poor little tailor Motto want with Zeitel?
They've been friends since they were babies together. They talk, they play.
They play. What do they play?
Who knows? They're just children.
Golda, from such children come other children.
Model, he's a nothing. Yenta, you said...
Oh, children, children, they are a blessing in your old age. But my Aaron couldn't give me children. Believe me, he was good as gold. Never even raised his voice to me. But other than that, he was not much of a person. So what good is it if he never raised his voice to me? Oh, but what's the use in complaining? Other women enjoy complaining, but not Yenta. Not every woman in the world is a Yenta. Right? Of course, right. Well, you'll excuse me, Golda. I must prepare my poor Sabbath table. So goodbye.
But you said you had news for me, Yenta.
News? Oh, right, of course, the news. I'm losing my head. One day it'll fall off altogether. A horse will kick it into the mud, and then goodbye, Yenta. Oh, the news, right, of course, the news. It's about Laserwolf, the butcher, a good man, a fine man. And I don't have to tell you that he's well off. But he's lonely, the poor man. You understand, of course you do. To make it short, out of the entire town, he has cast his eye on Zeitel.
My Zeitel?
No, these are Zeitel. Of course you're Zeitel.
Such a match for my Zeitel. But Tevye wants a learned man. He doesn't like laser.
Listen to me, Golda. Send Tevye to him. Don't tell him what it's about. Let Laser discuss it himself. He'll win him over. He is a good man, a wealthy man. True? True. So you'll tell me how it went, Golda, and you don't have to thank me because aside from my fee, which Laser will pay anyway, it gives me satisfaction to make people happy. And what better satisfaction is there? So goodbye, Golda, and you're welcome.
What's she want, Mama?
When I want you to know, I'll tell you. Now put these away and make sure you and your sisters wash the floor.
I wonder if Yenta finally found a husband for you.
I'm not anxious for Yenta to find me a husband.
Not unless it's Model the tailor.
I didn't ask you.
Zeitel, you're the oldest. They have to make a match for you before they can make one for me.
And after her, one for me.
So if Yenta brings...
Oh, Yenta.
Well, somebody has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide these things for themselves.
She might bring someone wonderful.
And interesting.
And well off.
And important. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see.
For Papa, make him a scholar.
For Mama, make him rich as a king. For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
Since when have you had your eye on a match, Hava? Thought you only had your eye on your books. And you have your eye on the rabbi's son.
Well, we only have one rabbi and he only has one son. Why shouldn't I want the best?
Because you're a girl from a poor family. So whatever Yenta brings, you'll take, right? Of course, right? Hodel! Oh, Hodel, have I made a match for you? He's handsome, he's young. All right, he's 62, but he's a nice man, a good catch. True, true. I promise you'll be happy, and even if you're not, there's more to life than that. Don't ask me what. Hava, I found him. You'll be a lucky bride. He's handsome, he's tall, and he's from side to side, but he's a nice man, a good catch, right? Right. You heard he has a temper, he'll beat you every night, but only when he's sober. So you're alright. Did you think you'd get a prince? Well, I do the best I can. With no dowry, no money, no family background. Big lad, you got a man. Matchmaker, matchmaker, you know that I'm still very young. Please take your time.
Up to this minute, I misunderstood that I could get stuck for good. Dear Yenta, see that he's gentle. Remember, you were also a bride. It's not that I'm sentimental. It's just that I'm terrified. Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush. Maybe I've learned playing with matches, a girl can get burned. So bring me no ring, groom me no groom, find me no find, catch me no catch, unless he's a matchless match.
Today, I am a horse. Ugh. Ugh. Dear God, did you really have to make my horse lose his shoe just before the Sabbath? That wasn't very nice. It's enough you pick on me, poor old Tevye, blessing him with 5 daughters, giving him a life of poverty, but what do you have against my horse? You know, it seems when it gets too quiet up there, you ask yourself, what kind of mischief can I play on my old friend Tevye?
You're finally here, my breadwinner.
I'll talk to you later.
Where's your horse?
He was invited to the blacksmith's for the Sabbath.
Well, hurry up. The sun won't wait for you. And I have something to say to you.
As the good book says, heal us, O Lord, and we shall be healed. In other words, send us the cure. We've got the sickness already. I'm not really complaining. I mean, with your help, I'm starving to death. You make many, many poor people. Of course, I know it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So what would it be if I had just a small fortune? If I were a rich man, diddle-diddle-diddle-dig-a-dig-a-diddle-diddle-dum. All day long I biddy-biddy-bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle-diddle-diddle-dig-a-dig-a-diddle-diddle-dum. If I were a bitty-bitty rich, tig-a-dig-a-diddle-diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof and real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up, another even longer going down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And with each loud quack and a quack and a eek and a awk, sounding like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, diddle 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 ding a ding a diddle diddle dum, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, oh, wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle 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 ding a diddle diddle dum. If I were a biddy biddy rich, dig a diddle diddle man, I'd see my wife, my Golda, living like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising news to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. What a happy mood she's in, screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town will come to fawn on me. They will ask me to advise them like Solomon the Wise. If you please, Retevia, pardon me, Retevia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Yada die 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 die. And it won't make a bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray. Maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. I discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, diddle 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 ding a ding a diddle diddle dum, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, oh, wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle 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 ding a diddle diddle dum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
There he is. You forgot my order for the Sabbath.
Reb Mort, I had a little accident with my horse.
Tevye, you forgot the rabbi's order.
I know, Reb Mendel.
Tevye, you forgot my order for the Sabbath.
Well, this is bigger news than the plague in Odessa.
Speaking of the plague, terrible news in the outside world. Just terrible.
What is it?
What does it say?
It says in a little village called Bozhanka, all the Jews were evicted, forced to leave their homes.
For what reason?
It doesn't say. Maybe the Tsar wanted the land. Maybe a plague.
May the Tsar have his own personal plague.
Amen. Why don't you ever bring us some good news?
I only read it. It's an edict from the authorities.
And may the authorities start itching in places they can't reach.
Amen.
Why do you curse them? What good does your cursing do? You stand around and curse and chatter all day long and do nothing about it. You'll all chatter your way into the grave.
Excuse me. You're not from this village.
No.
And where are you from?
Kiev. I was a student in the university there.
Aha! The university. Is that where you learn to criticize your elders?
That's where I learned that there's more to life than just talk. You must know what's going on in the outside world.
Why should I break my neck about the outside world? Let them break their own necks.
He's right. As the good book says, if you spit in the air, it lands in your face.
That's ridiculous. You can't close your eyes to what's happening in the world.
He's right.
Wait, he's right and he's right? How can they both be right?
You know, you are also right.
He's right. He's the one behind the ears. Good Sabbath, Tevye.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
Tevye, the rabbi's order, my cheese!
Of course. So you're a newcomer from Kiev, Reb
Perchik.
Perchik. As Abraham put it, I'm a stranger in a strange land.
That was Moses.
Oh, forgive me. As King David put it, I'm slow of speech and slow of tongue.
Also Moses.
Well, for a man who was slow of speech, he sure talked a lot.
And the cheese?
Here, have a piece.
I have no money, and I am not a beggar.
It's a gift for me to give.
Very well, for your sake.
Thank you. You know, it's no crime to be poor.
In our world, it's the rich who are the criminals, and one day their wealth will be ours.
That would be nice. If they would agree, I would agree.
And who will make this miracle come to pass?
People. Ordinary people.
Like you.
Like me.
Nonsense.
And until your golden day comes, Reb Perchik, how will you make a living?
By giving lessons to children. Do you have children?
I have 5 daughters.
5?
Daughters.
Girls should learn. Girls are people too.
A radical!
I would be willing to teach them, open their minds to great thoughts.
What great thoughts?
The Bible has many lessons for our present time.
I'm a very poor man, Perchik. Food for lessons? Good! You can stay with us for the Sabbath. We don't eat like kings, of course, but we don't starve either. As the good book says, when a man eats a chicken, one of them is sick.
Where does the good book say that?
Well, it doesn't exactly say that in the good book, but I know somewhere in there it says something about a chicken. Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
Come, Perchik. Good Sabbath, children.
Good Sabbath, Papa.
Good Sabbath, good Sabbath, good Sabbath. Children, this is Reb Perchik. Perchik, this is my oldest daughter.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
You have a very pleasant daughter.
I have 5 pleasant daughters, Perchik. This is mine, and 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 this is not mine. Perchik, this is Mottlecomb's oil, and he is going to be...
Did me a favor and came in.
This is also mine. Golda, this is Perchik. He's a teacher from Kiev. Would you like to take lessons from him?
I am a good teacher, a very good teacher.
I heard once the rabbi who must praise himself has a congregation of 1.
Your daughter has a very quick and witty tongue.
Yes, the which she gets from me. As the good book says...
The good book can wait. Get washed.
The tongue, she gets from her mother.
Model, you're also eating with us? Of course, another blessing. Zeidel, 2 more.
Model can
Frinza,
help me.
Bielka, go get washed. All right, get the table. Hava, go with them. You can wash outside at the well. Tevye, I have something to say to you.
Why should today be any different?
Tevye, I have to tell you.
Shh, I'm praying, woman.
Laser Wolf wants to see you.
The butcher, what for?
I don't know, only that he says it's important.
What can be important? I have nothing for him to slaughter.
After the Sabbath, just see him and talk to him.
About what? If he wants my milk cow, he can forget it.
Tevye, don't be an ox. A man sends an important message. The least you can do is talk to him.
About what? He wants my milk cow.
Talk to him.
All right, woman. After the Sabbath, I'll talk to him.
Model, Yenta was here.
I saw her.
If they agree on someone, there will be a match and then it'll be too late for us.
Don't worry, Zyto. I found someone who's going to sell me their used sewing machine. So in a few weeks, I'll have enough money saved up to buy it. And then your father will be impressed with me.
But Model, a few weeks may be too late.
But what else can we do?
You can ask my father for my hand tonight, now.
Why should he consider me now? I'm only a poor tailor.
And I'm only the daughter of a poor milkman. Just talk to him.
Zyto, if your father says no, that's it. It's final. He'll yell at me.
Model!
I'm only a poor tailor.
But Model, even a poor tailor is entitled to some happiness.
That's true.
Will you talk to him? Will you please talk to him?
All right, I'll talk to him.
Oh, it's late. Where's everybody late?
Reb Tevye.
Come in, children, we lit the candles.
Reb Tevye.
What? What is it? Well, Mother, what is it?
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath. Come, children, come.
Protect and defend you. May he always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be
Reb Mordka, please bring me a bottle of your best brandy and 2 glasses.
Your best brandy.
What's the occasion? Are you getting ready for a party?
There might be a party, maybe even a wedding.
A wedding? Wonderful. I'd be happy to make the wedding merry, lead the dancing and so forth, for a little fee, naturally.
Naturally, a wedding is no wedding without you and your fee.
Good evening. Vodka or schnapps?
Vodka.
Right away.
Good evening, innkeeper.
Good evening, Tevye.
What are you doing here so early?
He wants my new milk cow. Good evening, Laser.
Ah, Tevye, sit down. Have a drink.
I won't insult you by saying no.
How goes it with you, Tevye?
How should it go?
Yeah, you're right.
And you?
Well, the same.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, how's your brother-in-law in America?
I believe he's doing very well.
He wrote you?
Not lately.
Then how do you know?
He would only write if he were doing badly, may I?
Tevye, I suppose you know why I wanted to see you.
Yes, I do, Laser, and there's no use talking about it.
And why not?
Why, yes, why should I get rid of her?
You have a few more without her?
I see. Today you want 1, tomorrow you may want 2.
2? What would I do with 2?
The same as you would do with 1.
Tevye, this is very important to me.
Why is it so important to you?
Frankly, because I am lonesome.
Lonesome? What are you talking about?
You don't know.
We're talking about my milk cow, the one you want to buy from me.
A milk cow, so I won't be so lonesome.
What's so funny?
I'm talking about your daughter. Your daughter's idol.
My daughter Zeitel?
Of course your daughter's idol. I see her in my butcher shop every Thursday. She's made a good impression on me. I like her. And as for me, Tevye, as you know, I'm well off. I have my own house, a good store, a servant. Tevye, why do we have to try to keep impressing each other? Let's shake hands and call it a match, and you won't need a dowry for her, and you might find something in your own purse too.
Shame on you, shame! My daughter Zeitel is not the one that I would sell for money.
All right, just as you say, we won't talk about the money. But the main thing is, let's get it done with. I like her. What do you think?
What do I think? What do I think? I never liked him. You can only talk to him about kidneys and livers. On the other hand, not everybody has to be a scholar. If you're wealthy enough, no one will call you stupid. Of course, he has a problem. He's much older than her. That's her problem. But she's younger than him. That's his problem. I misjudged him. He's a good man. He'll try to make her happy. No, what do I think? It's a match.
You agree?
I agree.
Oh, Tevye, that's wonderful. Let's drink on it.
Why not to you?
No, my friend, to you.
To the both of us.
To our agreement.
To our agreement. To our prosperity. To good health and happiness. And most important, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life. Here's to the father I've tried to be.
Here's to my bride to be.
Drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life. Life has a way of confusing us,
Blessing and bruising us.
Drink l'chaim to life. God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts lie panting on the floor.
How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for?
To life, l'chaim. As I told my daughter,
My wife, it gives you something to think about.
something to drink about.
Drink
L'chaim to life.
Reb Mordka!
Yes, Laser Wolf.
Drinks for everybody.
Hey!
I'm taking myself a bride. Tevia's eldest, Zeidel.
Mazel tov.
Laser Wolf, Tatavia!
Zeidel, your daughter.
My wife.
May all your futures be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim to life. It takes a wedding to make a say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life. Raise our glass and sip a drop of schnapps in honor of the great good luck that favored you. We know that when good fortune favors to such men it's tenfold reason we deserve this too. To us and our good fortune, be happy, be healthy, long life. And if our good fortune never comes, here's to whatever comes. Drink l'chaim to life.
You know, Tevye, after the marriage, we'll be related. You'll be my papa.
Your papa. I always wanted a son, but just one a little younger than myself.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's the celebration?
Oh, Tevye's marrying off his oldest daughter.
Ah, may I offer my congratulations, Tevye?
Thank you.
Oh, Tevye, I have a little piece of news that I feel I should tell you as a friend.
Of course.
And I'm giving you this news because I like you. You're a decent, honest person, even though you're a Jewish dog.
Well, thank you. When does a man get a compliment like that? And the news?
Well, we have received orders that sometime soon this district is to have a little unofficial demonstration.
A pogrom here?
No, just a little unofficial demonstration.
How little?
Not too serious, just some mischief, just enough so that if an inspector comes through, he will see that we have done our duty. Personally, I do not see why there has to be such trouble between people, but I felt that I should tell you, and now you can tell the others.
Thank you, Your Honor. You are a decent man. And, if I may say so myself, it's too bad you're not a Jew.
That's what I like about you, Tevye. Always joking. And again, congratulations for your daughter.
Thank you. Dear God, did you really have to send me news like that? Today of all days? Bleh. Thank you for finally sending a match for my Zeitel. L'chaim.
And now, children, we will learn the story of Laban and Jacob from the Bible, and then we will discuss it together. All right? Good. Now, Laban had 2 daughters, Leah and the beautiful Rachel. And Jacob loved the younger Rachel. So he asked Laban for a hand. Laban agreed, if Jacob would work for him for 7 years.
Was Laban a mean man?
He was an employer. Now, after Jacob worked for 7 years, do you know what happened? Laban fooled him and gave him his ugly daughter instead. So, to marry Rachel, Jacob was forced to work another long, hard 7 years. You see, children, the Bible clearly teaches us never to trust an employer. Do you understand?
Yes, Perchik.
Yes, Perchik.
Good. Now,
Papa isn't up yet?
No, Mama.
Then enough lessons. We have to do Papa's work today. How long can he sleep? He staggered home last night into bed and fell in bed like a dead man. Couldn't get a word out of him. Couldn't get a word out of myself either. Now go put those away in the kitchen and call me when Papa gets up.
That was a very interesting lesson, Perchik.
do you think so?
Although I'm not sure if the rabbi would agree with your interpretation.
And neither, I suppose, would the rabbi's son.
My little sisters have big tongues.
And what do you know about him, except that he is the rabbi's son? Would you be so interested in him if he were, say, the tinsmith's son or the shoemaker's son?
Well, at least I know that he doesn't have any crazy ideas about turning the world upside down.
Certainly any new idea would be strange to you. Remember, the Lord said, "Let there be light."
Yes, but he was not talking to you personally.
You have intelligence, perhaps. What good is your brain? Without curiosity, it is a rusty tool. Good day, Hoddle.
We have an old custom here. A boy acts respectfully to a girl. But of course, that'd be too traditional for an advanced thinker like yourself.
Our traditions, nothing must change. Everything is perfect exactly the way it is.
We like our ways.
Our ways are changing all over but here. Here, men and women must keep apart. Men study, women in the kitchen. Boys and girls must not touch, not even look at each other.
I'm looking at you.
You are very brave. Do you know that in the city, boys and girls are allowed to be affectionate without the permission of a matchmaker? They hold hands together. They even dance together. New dances, like this. I learned it in Kiev. Do you like it?
It's very nice.
There. We've just changed an old custom.
Yes. Well, you're welcome. I mean, thank you. I mean, good day.
Good day.
Oh. Björk. Prince, what's your name?
Hodl,
Hodl,
Papa.
yes, Hodl. Where's Zeitel?
She's in the barn.
Call her out for me, please. So, how'd the lessons go today, Perchik?
I think we made a good beginning.
He's finally up.
Oh.
What happened last night? Besides you drinking like a peasant, did you see Laser Wolf? What did he say? What did you say? Do you have news?
Patience, woman! As the good book says, good news will stay and bad news will refuse to leave. There's another saying that says...
You can die from such a man.
Oh, Zeitel, my lamb, come here, my child. You are to be congratulated. You are going to be married.
Married?
What do you mean?
Laser Wolf has asked for your hand.
I knew it.
The butcher?
My heart told me this was our lucky day. Oh, dear God, I thank thee, I thank thee.
And what do you have to say, Zeitel?
What can she say? My firstborn, a bride. May you grow old with him in fortune and honor. Not like that first wife of his, Fruma Sarah. She was a bitter woman. May she rest in peace. But not like my Zeitel. And now I must thank Yenta. My Zeitel, a bride.
Mazel tov, Seidel.
You call that a mazel tov? Eh. And you, aren't you going to congratulate her, Perchik?
Congratulations, Zeidel, for getting a rich man.
Again with the rich. What's wrong with being rich?
It is no reason to marry. Money is the world's curse.
Well, may the Lord smite me with it and may I never recover. Zeitel knows I only mean her well-being. Don't you, Zeitel?
Yes, Papa.
You see?
I see. I see very well.
Well, Zeitel, my child, why are you so silent? Aren't you happy with this blessing?
Oh, Papa.
What? What's wrong?
I can't marry him. I can't.
What do you mean you can't? If I say you will, you will.
Papa, if it's a matter of money, I'll do anything. I'll hire myself out as a servant. I'll dig ditches, I'll haul rocks. Only don't make me marry him. Papa, please.
Well, what's wrong with Laser? He likes you.
I'll be unhappy with him. All my life I'll be unhappy. I'll dig ditches, I'll haul rocks.
No. We made an agreement. And with us, an agreement is an agreement.
Is that more important than I am, Papa? Papa, don't force me. I'll be unhappy all my days.
All right. Oh, you get that from your mother. I won't force you.
Thank you, Papa.
It seems it was not ordained that you should have all the comforts in life. Or more important, that me and your mother should have at least a little comfort in our old age after all our hard work.
Tevye, may I speak with you?
Later, Mottel, later.
But I really need to speak with you.
Not now, Mottel. I have problems.
That's what I want to talk to you about. I think I can help.
Certainly. Like a bandage can help a corpse. Goodbye, Mottel, goodbye.
At least listen to him, Papa.
All right, you have a tongue, talk.
Tevye, I hear you're arranging a match for Zidle.
Oh, he also has ears.
Well, I have a match for Zidle.
What kind of match?
A perfect fit,
A perfect fit.
like a glove.
Like a glove?
This match was made exactly to measure.
Exactly to measure like a glove. Stop talking like a tailor and tell me who it is!
Please don't shout at me, Reb Tevye.
All right, Mottle. Who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it?
Mottle, who is it?
It's me! Myself.
Him. Himself. Either you're completely out of your mind or you're crazy. Arranging a match for himself. What are you, the audience, the bridegroom, the matchmaker rolled all into one? I suppose you'll even do the ceremony. You must be crazy.
Reb Tevye, I know it's a little unusual, but times are changing. The thing is, your daughter Zidle and I gave each other our pledge over a year ago that we would marry.
You gave each other a pledge?
Yes, Papa. We gave each other a pledge.
They gave each other a pledge. Unheard of. Absurd. They gave each other a pledge. Unthinkable. Where do you think you are? In Moscow, in Paris? Where do they think they are? America? And what do you think you're doing? You stitcher! You nothing! Who do you think you are? King Solomon? This isn't the way it's done. Not here, not now. Some things I cannot, I will not allow. Tradition. Marriages must be arranged by the Papa. What's happening to the tradition? One little time, I pull out a thread. And where has it led? Where has it led? Where has it led? Do I have anything to say about my own daughter? Or does anyone ask the father anymore?
I've been wanting to ask you for some time, Reb Tevye, but first, I wanted to save enough money up to buy my own sewing machine.
Stop talking nonsense, you're just a poor tailor.
That's true, Reb Tevye, but even a poor tailor is entitled to some happiness. I promise your daughter won't starve.
He's beginning to talk like a man now. On the other hand, what kind of match would that be with a poor tailor? On the other hand, he is an honest hard worker. On the other hand, he has absolutely nothing. On the other hand, things cannot get worse. They can only get better. They gave each other a pledge, unheard of, absurd. They gave each other a pledge, unthinkable. Look at my Zidle's eyes. She loves him, she wants him. Look at my Zidle's face, so hopeful. Tradition. Well, children, when shall we make the wedding?
Thank you, Papa.
Reb Tevye, you won't be sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry already.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa. Young love, pledging their... Oh. Golda. What am I going to tell Golda? Oh, what am I going to do about Golda? Help me!
Model, you were wonderful.
It was a miracle. It was a miracle. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles. God took Daniel by the hand, stood by his side, and miracle of miracles, walked him through the lion's den. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles. I was afraid that God would frown, but like he did so long ago in Jericho, God just made a wall fall down. When Moses softened Pharaoh's heart, that was a miracle. When when God made the waters of the Red Sea part, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is that out of a worthless lump of clay, God has made a man today. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, God took a tailor by the hand, turned him around, and miracle of miracles, walked him to the promised land. When David slew Goliath, yes, that was a miracle. When God gave us manna in the wilderness, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all, so one I thought could never be, God has given you to me.
I can't just tell her. She won't go for it. She'll say no. We have to come up with a plan. So, You're tricky. I like it. Let's go for it. Ah! 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 Help! Help me! Wake up! Where is she? Where is she?
Where is who?
Fruma Sarah, Laserwolf's first wife. She was standing right there a minute ago.
Tevye, what's the matter with you? Fruma Sarah's been dead for years. Oh, you must have been dreaming. Tell me about it, and I'll tell you what it meant.
It was terrible.
Tell me.
All right. Only don't be frightened.
Tell me.
All right. This was my dream. In the beginning, we were having a celebration of some kind. We knew everybody there, and there were musicians too. And in the middle, in walks in your grandmother Zeitel. May she rest in peace.
Grandmother Zeitel? How did she look?
For a woman dead 30 years, she looked very good. Naturally, I went up to greet her, and she said to me,
A blessing on your head.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
To see a daughter wed.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
And such a son-in-law like no one ever saw. The tailor Motto Combs Oil.
Model?
A worthy boy is he.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
A pious family.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
They named him after my dear Uncle Mordecai. The tailor Motto Combs Oil.
A tailor? She must have heard wrong. She meant a butcher.
You must have heard wrong, Grandma. There's no tailor.
Huh?
You mean a butcher, Grandma, by the name of Laserwolf.
No! I mean a tailor, Tevye. My great-grandchild, my little Zeitel, who you named for me. Motto's bride was meant to be. For such a match I prayed. Mazel tov, mazel tov. In heaven it was made.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
A fine upstanding boy, a comfort and a joy. The tailor Motto Combs Oil.
But we announced it already. We made a butcher.
But we announced it, Grandma, to our neighbors. We made a bargain, Grandma, with the butcher Laser Wolf.
No, no, no! So you announce it, Tevya. That's your headache. But as for Laser Wolf, I say to you, Tevya, that's your headache too.
A blessing on your house, mazel tov, mazel tov. Imagine such a spouse, mazel tov, and such a son-in-law, like no one ever saw. The tailor mazel comes oil.
It was the butcher.
The tailor mazel comes oil.
It was Laser Wolf. The tailor mortal come.
Sha, sha.
Who is this? Who is this? Who comes here?
What woman is this? By righteous anger shaken. Sure.
Why not?
Who can be mistaken?
Is the butcher's wife come from beyond the grave? Is the butcher's dear darling departed wife?
Through my Sarah, 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 through my
What is this about your daughter marrying my husband?
Yes, her husband.
Would you do this to your friend and neighbor, Fruma Sarah?
Fruma Sarah.
Have you no consideration for a woman's feelings?
Woman's feelings.
Handing over my belongings to a total stranger.
Total stranger.
How can you allow it? How? How can you let your daughter take my place, live in my house, carry my keys, and wear my clothes? Pearls? How?
How can you allow your daughter to take her place?
Such a learned man as Tevya wouldn't let it happen.
Let it happen.
Tell me that it isn't true, and then I wouldn't worry.
Wouldn't worry.
Say you didn't give your blessing to your daughter's marriage.
Daughter's marriage.
Let me tell you what would follow such a fatal wedding.
Fatal wedding.
If Seitel married Laser Wolf, I pity them both. She'll live with him 3 weeks, and when 3 weeks are up, I'll come to her by night. I'll take her by the throat. So give your Seitel! So give your Seitel! So give your Seitel! Here's my wedding present if she marries a Laser Wolf!
It's an evil spirit! May it fall into the river! May it sink into the earth! Such a dark and horrible dream! And to think it was brought on by that butcher! If my grandmother Zeidel took all the trouble to come from the other world to tell us about the tailor, all we can say is for the best, and it couldn't possibly be any better. Amen.
Amen.
A blessing on my head, mazel tov, like Grandma Zeidel said, mazel tov, we'll have a son-in-law, like no one ever saw, the tailor mazel comes oil.
We haven't got the man
Mazel tov,
we had when we began.
mazel tov,
But since your grandma came, she'll marry, what's his name?
the tailor mazel comes oil. The tailor mazel comes oil. The tailor mazel comes oil. The tailor mazel comes oil.